So sometimes we feel like we're on top of the world, and sometimes we feel like stuff is just not working out for us. It's, we don't have the body that we want. We're not happy in our relationships, or we're not happy with our financial situation or our current job. Whatever it is, the only reason that things aren't working out for you is because your actions are disconnected from your intent. So your hardware and your software aren't speaking very well. So, in our minds we have these desires that need to be fulfilled. And so, some things are very simple. I'm hungry, I go grab a sandwich. And so I have this desire, and then my body takes action to fulfill that desire, and then I'm satisfied. But then when it comes to a little bit more complicated things, like waking up in the morning to work out, we tend to say we're going to wake up and have this grandiose plan of how the workout's going to go and how the morning's going to go. But for some reason, we don't get up and we sleep in, and yet another day goes by where you missed your workout. And this happens in all areas of life, where we make commitments to ourselves, where we say, I really want this. I really want whatever it is that you're chasing, right? But then your actions don't fulfill that desire. And so, as a human being, we embody, three parts, similar to like a computer, right? You have your hardware, your software, and your programmer. So the hardware is your body. It is the thing that gets you around. It's a thing that takes action to do things in the world to get shit done, right? And then the software is your mind, like all the places where you come up with the ideas, where you consider all of the possibilities and the probabilities and the strategies and the connections, and then basically the beliefs and the output, right? Like, I believe that I should be healthy. I want to have a better body, and so I need to eat better. I need to eat good food, and then maybe you slip and you're eating a cheeseburger or ordering 2 calzones and some breadsticks just for yourself, and so that leaves us unsatisfied and frustrated and depressed, and it makes us question like who we really are, because the hardware does one thing and the software says another. And so it's the job of the programmer, and this is your intentional mind, your spirit, your beingness, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, right? And it's your job to connect these two, your actions and your intent, your hardware and your software, and write the code that gets those two things to communicate so orders can be fulfilled. So the software can say, hey, this is what I need, and then the hardware goes and gets it done. And then at that point, it just becomes like, how much output can you put through this thing? What cool stuff can I create for myself? What experiences can I have, or achievements can I succeed in? It just becomes a game of success. So it all starts with connecting those two things. And that's essentially what is called integrity, where your intentions, your words, and your actions all are in line. And anytime that your shit's not working out for you, it's probably because you broke your integrity somewhere along the line. And the best way to get back on track is even in monotonous things, as in, I'm going to wake up at a certain time, or I'm going to be, I'm going to be at the meeting at 2:00, and you show up at 2:00. The more you pay attention to the detail of your integrity, meaning you do what you say, the more you're going to start, gaining confidence and gaining momentum and gaining the habit of, I desire something, I state that I want it, and then I actually go do it. And once you start getting in that momentum, then it's easier to throw bigger and bigger goals in there. And so that's why it's important for your software and your hardware to connect on a very sensitive level, because when it can operate on a very sensitive level, or it's aware of itself on a sensitive level, then when you put in major tasks or critical tasks or assignments or experiences you got to go through, it can digest it a whole lot better. So to get yourself back on track, to get things to start working out for you, get your integrity, get the software and the hardware to connect.